Hello, this is the Brass Love One Healer Tarot here on YouTube. I wanted to do, hopefully it's short, but I wanted to do a storyline reading on a teacher who raped a child, a 12-year-old, took him to her house and raped this child. Now, I don't know if she can't get a man, she don't have a man, she got husband problems, or what is wrong with this woman. She been fantasizing about this child the whole time inside the classroom or what. I just don't know. But this is not acceptable. We can't have no grown-ups in authority or grown-ups in general looking at children as any kind of sex symbol or sex object. Now this lady, she's been arrested so far. Let me say her name because I saw her name. What is her name? He's a 4th grader. He's 12 years old. What is her name? Her name is Alissa McCommon. They investigating if she molested any children in any other states, because it says a 4th grade teacher is accused of raping a 12-year-old, inappropriately contacting boys about video games. Okay, I don't see no other pictures of her but this one right here. These are the cops beside her, so I'm just going to have to show them because they beside her, because I don't see an actual. Let me see if I can get her. I can't get her without the cops hooked on, so they hooked on. So there's one lady cop right here, but, you know, I don't see any other pictures of her. So can you see her? Sideways, she getting arrested. She's a 4th grade teacher. Okay, so let's just follow. Let's just say, and chatting with them on social media. She is 38 years old, of Covington. She was arrested and charged with rape of a child. Okay, let's see. Oh, here's a picture of her down here, but let me finish right here. Boy, she look older than 38. I'm sorry to say. Boy, she look older than my children. Okay, let's just flow. Okay, she was arrested at a house in Covington. She a mother her own self and she touching somebody's child? Okay, the mother of 2 was taken to Covington County Jail where she was held on a $25,000 bail. August 24th, allegations from a parent were brought to the school superintendent, Dr. Combs. Okay, let's flow. So they got a up front picture. You can see her actual face. Here she is. Here she is. A good look at her face. Okay, let's just see. Got man problems and running to children because they innocent. Running to children because they innocent and they won't give her no problems. She need a book thrown at her, whatever the book is. Whatever the book is for this kind of stuff. However the judge do it, throw the book at her. You know, she don't deserve no death penalty or nothing because she didn't kill anyone. But whatever the book is, as far as anything like this, I love children. I hate hearing stories about anything happening to children at all. And then somebody introducing children to sex when they shouldn't be. You need to get the book thrown at you, lady. I know back then, it's been so many years ago, I have heard in the neighborhood of a lady, it was true though, where she was involved with a 13-year-old boy. She was 26 and he was being a friend to her son, one of her sons, but the boy was 2 years older than her son. And instead of her acting like a mother to this child, some kind of way she took on that the child was nice or whatever. And evidently she must start making advances, because remember, she was the grown-up. She's 26. This is a 13-year-old child that's playing with your child or helping your child or tutoring your child or whatever he was doing. It was bad because his mother came to approach her, straighten her out or whatever, but what, children, sometimes they won't listen to their parents. So he wasn't listening to his mother. He kept going around to this house. It's like where they won't listen to you because they like under the power of whoever this person is. So I think the mother had to threaten bringing the cops in or whatever she must have said to make this lady push him away. But she got involved with a child and had him doing things he had no business doing as a child. But that ruined his life because I didn't see him anymore until he was like in his 20s. And when I saw him in his 20s, he was a drug addict. And anytime I saw him after that, he still was a drug addict. So I really feel like what happened to him in his earlier years caused all of that. He didn't know how to flip back to be a little boy. Or he didn't know how to handle this stuff or whatever. Because imagine grown people, when somebody leave you or decide they don't want you no more and you feel like you're in love, what you think a child is like. They don't know how to handle it. Grown people act like they don't know how to handle your man leaving you or girlfriend leaving you. This lady had some problems. She ain't insane. So before anybody say she insane, this lady not insane. This lady knew just what she was doing. It said on the internet that she is connecting with the children, chatting, talking about video games. That's not a person that's insane. She knew just how to get close to the children. And then she their teacher. She an authority for them to listen to her. She knew just what she was doing. Don't make no excuses for a child molester. None of you. Don't make excuses for her. I don't care nothing about she a mother or two. I don't care if she got a husband. I don't care who she have. I don't care nothing about it. I don't care what's going on in her life. Don't make excuses. I don't care if her mother's sick and that's why she felt she had to reach out to the children. I don't care about none of that. Don't make no excuses for this lady, because this lady knew just exactly what she was doing. She abused her power as a teacher, as an adult, as a mother. Because being put in the class with the teacher is like the teacher your mother at the time, because you're getting put over in the classroom with this person, and she's the mother right then, because she's the one in charge. Get my drift? So let's just see this one jumping out hard. This lady might have been a gay. This jumping out hard. Out of all of them right here, but this one keep on jumping at me. Look at it. This lady might have been gay. Don't have to be. It's jumping out hard though. It's like jumping out like, ugh, jump at me. It's jumping at me. So let me just hear what God said. See, it's always noise when I do my storylines. There's always something to try to stop me. From the grass cutting to the cars out the back to my neighbor's noise. But God is going to get these storylines out. Okay, let's see, universe. For this lady, Miss Alissa McCommon, her name is. I'm going to deal with, I can remember, McCommon. I'm just going to call her a teacher so I won't ruin her last name trying to say it. Okay, universe, you know all about it. Give me a number. Because this was what you called abuse. Healing of the souls when you hurt someone to the core or you murder someone. And abuse is when you abuse someone or someone abuse you. Both of these go with her storyline because she abused this child to the core. And abused the mother to the core, the parents of this child. Because they're going to feel like they couldn't protect their child against a predator that they didn't even know existed. That they put their children in the hands of, because you put them in the hands of the school system and you expect them to be safe. Where I live at, you better take them to school because you can get in trouble. They threaten to arrest you. You put your children, that's why you should be able to sue. You making me put my child there? Anything happen to my child, I'm coming for you. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it, because you're supposed to, at the school system, check these people out thoroughly to make sure of who these people are. Because if you're going to threaten a parent, you better send them to school. They miss a day, you coming after them, or whatever situations it be out here, you better be willing to pay up. Because if anything happened to any child, you're going to pay up. Because you're going to show that you're not perfect, just like the parents not perfect. You can make mistakes like the parents can make mistakes. Get my drift. So let's just go to, what number? I'm here. 4, jumping on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. And 9. Where's 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. Okay, this is 9. She reeling in the cash like a church mouse. What cash? She reeling in the cash like a church mouse. That would be, I guess, her pay. Or something else she must was doing. I don't know. But it's going to be a lawsuit. I just said that, yeah. It got to be a lawsuit. They got to come after the school system. That's what you put in place. Somebody like that to abuse people, kids. Look at this. God, no. Because this deck was getting my attention, but I wasn't going to grab it because this was sitting on top. But God said a deck, and it wound up being that deck. Look at this. It was a mystery to all that this person had demons that this person needed to confront, and the person would be that teacher, correct? Look at this. She had, look at this. Look at God. A man is more than a pair of pants. She had to make sure that a man is husband worthy. Now, this child wasn't a man. We got to turn this card around, because this is for grown people, really. But we got to put the little boy in the place of the man position. She had to make sure that this little boy was husband worthy, that this little boy was a man, but he wasn't a man. Just because he wore pants, that didn't mean he was a man. Okay, she's feeling a lecture or some kind of time alone. Some kind of time alone. Or we can just put this for school. That would be the lecture with her and this little boy. Okay? She need to do some soul searching, because she need to be checked. Because we have right here, she pinpointed an action that held her up in her life. And maybe she wasn't getting no romance. I don't know what was going on with this lady. She confused the child. See, I got to put this with the child, not her. We got to put this with the child. She confused the child for a prostitute. Why I'm saying that is because some kind of way she gave this child something. She has given the children something. Get what I'm saying? Whatever she has given to be able to have her way. Get what I'm saying? Look at it. She mentioned the time. The time was mentioned and checked. I don't know what she was given, a free game or what. She did something to have her way. My thoughts count. Why do you allow yourself to be molded? So I got to talk, because this will go with the child, but sorry about that. Children are young. They don't know any better, right, in some situations. So this would be for the child. Why did he allow himself to be molded? But he didn't know. Really, he didn't. He's a child. My thoughts count. His thoughts counted. So it's a sensitive issue. But she need to tell him and tell him the truth. So she don't need to tell the little boy the truth. She need to tell the law, I feel, a detective. She need to tell the cops the truth. Because some kind of way, she might have asked the little boy something where he wasn't sure. Maybe she said, come over my house, whatever she said. And it was a maybe. He wasn't sure. Follow me? He picked door one, love. Look at this lady. Look at how this is. Look at how these cards coming out. Call is time. Some kind of way. she called him, he called her, or this got something to do with her and a man of hers, or old lover of hers, or whatever this is. Because we're going to say she picked door one love, right? So it's time to grow up. So it's time for her to grow up. She need to call her husband, her last guy, whoever, right? There was some dormant behavior with this lady she's holding on to. Now let's just flow over here. Maybe this child like fashion, dress nice. It don't seem like it's her going off what I just saw on the internet. She might have offered to buy him something away, I don't know. But she couldn't control herself in her own skin. She's the adult here. Okay? She thought he was gorgeous. Look at that. You're gorgeous. Look at this. Look at this. She offered money. Look at this. He accepted any money given to him because she gave some money out. Look at this card. Look at these cards God got out here. This usually a lady card. When revealing clothes did it. She put something on. Unless he had certain kind of clothes on. I don't know what he had on that made her even be looking at this child like this. Or in our house, did she put something on, certain kind of revealing clothes? Get what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't know. If I knew him or her, should I tell? So this would be the child. If he knew that something happened to him, should he tell on her? Because wearing revealing clothes did it. So he had whatever he had on, and it made her flirt, or made whatever happen, or her say whatever, or she had revealing clothes. Look, it's back to back. God is good. Look at God. Some kind of way, right here, window shopping. She might have took him shopping some kind of way because they like games and all. She might have took him shopping. She wanted him to get in it like a soccer connection, get in your feelings with me so we can kind of make something happen here. She wanted him to get in it, get in the emotions with me. Some kind of window shopping, looking at games, looking at something maybe on the computer. They was looking at games or whatever, so maybe it was about looking at the games on the computer. Let's go over this side. This deck 9, deep. It was right in the same one. That was amazing. Thank you, God. Dang, that is amazing. Okay, so we have right here, she need to learn the lessons needed and being to express her spirituality. Okay, so she an earth angel person, but she using her ability and everything God has for her for the negative. She's not doing right, so she get ready to go in a slammer. Because she's not using hers in the right way. So we have right here, she a leader. But she stole from this little boy his virginity. Follow me? His innocence. He was fickle. He was fickle. But she wanted a second chance with him. Follow me? So we have right here that when was you gonna tell me? I never would have known this about you. So when was he gonna tell her something she wouldn't have never known this about him? Whatever it is, I don't know. It's something that he said to her. Whatever it is, I just don't know. Okay, so we have right here that somebody came to her with rage. So he came to her with rage. Or the cops, somebody. I feel it's him. Because it usually be a person to the person. He came to her with some kind of rage, anger. Where she's saying, no, I can't do it. I won't. Whatever's going on here. Or would it be him? When she came to him with rage and he said no. We got to see what direction it's going. 6 and 5. So we got 6 and 5. 6, 5, 9. It could be times. Might have been money off it. Okay. So we have, he needed to pluck it. She felt like he was a turncoat. Okay. Seemingly he was the best. Usually it goes with, let me just see for a minute, because she is the culprit. Let me see something. Yeah. Wherever they lived. She wanted him to stop being scared of his feelings. But he was a child, miss. Because he never felt like that before. Okay, let's see what this one is. We got number 2. Something might happen 2 o'clock. Okay, or 2 times. Okay. Due to actions of this child, this 12-year-old, want what she did to him. So, they're saying that she raped this little boy. So, due to actions of him want what she did. Because he was scared. He never felt like this before. And she's saying that he shouldn't be scared of his feelings. So, if he wasn't a black person, if he wasn't black, because this card says black shaman. If he wasn't black, he could have been some kind of child that had some kind of color to him. So if he ain't have any color to him, she just was calling him some kind of names, because it got to be names if it's not black, because this is a black card. Get what I'm saying? So it was so, she was so exaggerated. It was so exaggerated talking down to this child, whoever this child is. If he wasn't black, he was some child that had some color to him. Or if he didn't have any color to him and he just was white in general, he was somebody she was calling names, saying things to where it make him feel down on himself. Okay? Let's just flow. I dare you mistreat this child like a prostitute. You want to deal with somebody, you need to go get you a man out there. Go give him some money. They're trying to give a child money. No, because a child is gift seeking. You was gift seeking from this child. But you figure the child would be gift seeking too, because you know children need money. They want their games and different things. Sorry about the noise. So you played on that. You just took total advantage. School system need to make sure who they hiring, and not because somebody got credentials. Do you know the background and the extra things about these people that you hiring? Number 4 could be 4 o'clock or whatever. Okay, we have right here that somebody came to her with rage, and it might be the little boy, or she might have came to him with rage, however that's going, where he said, no, I'm not going to do it. I won't do it, because it's not her. She not saying no, so this got to be him. Because if she raped them, that means that's just like us women. Somebody try to rape us, we saying no. So this has to be him. Where she came to him with rage, he's saying no, I won't, I can't, or anything as far as no. So let's just go with this. Okay. She is a people pleaser. And she knew her words had power. Or the little boy was a people pleaser. And he had to know his words had power. Because he picked door loved one. And that means he didn't want to do this. Follow me? She wanted him to say maybe. She wanted him to give in. So we already know when it come down to men raping women, when ladies don't want no parts of the person, throw themselves on and push you into it. It say call this time. So he needed to call his family or somebody. Or she needed to call for help or whatever. Because she needed help. It's time for her to grow up, because she needed to grow up. But She called him some kind of way because she felt it was time for him to grow up. Get what I'm saying? Because she was trying to make it where he grew up fast. He might like fashion, but she couldn't control herself in her own skin, this lady. Because God's saying she an earth angel right here, but she using herself in the wrong ways, abusing kids. That's the wrong way. God wouldn't dare want you to abuse a child. Turn their life upside down. She need to learn all her lessons, and she going to learn them behind bars. Okay? It says that she is reeling in the cash. That means she is a teacher, or she was doing something on the side where she is reeling in the cash as far as making money off of kids, whatever she is doing. Follow me? She is like a church mouse. She not telling nobody anything. Or we can say he was reeling in the cash, the little boy. She giving him money. He reeling in the cash. She like a church mouse, and he ain't telling nobody about the teacher giving him money. So we have right here that she is getting high. This really would be the child's card, though, because children do a little bit of anything out here today. You got 10-year-olds that take pills and do all kind of things, depending on where they live at. They can actually have the best home in town, and they taking their parents' medication. This would be the child's card. I don't think it's hers. Let's flow for a minute. Let me see for a minute. Whose card is this, Lord? Is this hers or the child's? Getting high. You need to get yourself on for help. If it's not her, it's the child's. Right now, let me just flow a little bit. Children got all kind of stuff going on out here. You don't know what they're doing. Well, you do know what they're doing because they do all kind of things. They out in the streets, some of them, and everything else going on. That's not a shocker, getting high. They drinking at 10, depending on who they live with and where they at, if they out on the street. Okay, it says right here that, this 12-year-old was stolen from by a leader. And that was his virginity. Because this teacher, Miss McCommon is her name. She need to confront her demons. Because it was a mystery to everybody in her school and everybody else that she had these demons, that she was a child molester. Right? He's the child, I feel. My thoughts count. Why did he allow himself to be molded? Not her, him. Because she was molding him. What you call it? Grooming, right? When they be doing things to kids, right? Because he was in agreement with, collaboration with. Because right here she confused him for a prostitute. Because she gave whatever she gave to try to get him to do what she want done. So she might have been kissing at the beginning, touching at the beginning, sweet talk at the beginning, whatever this lady was doing. She confused him for a prostitute that he will do what she wanted, that type of thing, when it wasn't like that, when it might have been just flirting. I don't know what it was at first. We got racial cards, so it might be a child of another race, because we got racial cards. She is a white lady, so she not having no racial problems as far as the law, because she's white. And the officers I saw arrest her on the screen was white like her, so this might be the child. Racial abuse, and it was hyped up for the child, because I don't see where she having no problem with no racial abuse. Let's just flow. Okay, so she needed to pluck it, get out of this situation. Or he needed to pluck her and get out the situation. But she might have thought he was a turncoat when he did that. Or she might have felt like he was a turncoat because he decided to pluck her. Anything like that. Tell on her or whatever happened. She needed to stay on her throne and be a queen. But he was a prince. And he needed to stay on his throne because he deserved respect out of somebody who's supposed to have been his teacher, a person of authority. So we have right here, she is stamping her name on it to have money in the bank. Being a teacher, she stamped her name on it to have a regular paycheck. But she also wanted him to stamp his name on it to have money to regular while she can just give him money or whatever to do what she wanted to have her way with this child. So it says right here, pills. So either she was taking pills or this child was. Just because he's a child, I don't mean he don't take pills or drink or anything. So don't let that fool you, because a child is a child. Because all kinds of stuff going on with kids in the world today. Unless you're living under a rock somewhere, I'm letting you know that. All kind of stuff going on. We got children that kill people out here. If you don't know it, and they don't have to be his age. They could be 10. Okay, so either him or this lady, one of them was taking some kind of pills they can get at any time. Look over your shoulders. You can get it any time you want to. Right? Stop being scared of your feelings. She wanted him to stop being scared of his feelings. Because he said he never felt like that before. No, because he ain't had no grown woman coming on to him before like this. He was not having protection from his father because his father wasn't there at the time to protect him. Or she might have had father issues. She wanted love from her father some kind of way, so she going all kind of ways, every which way to try to get it from a male. And by this little boy being nice maybe, she was grabbing and latching on to him for love. He was not being protected by his father. Either his father was or is abusive, or hers was. It was one of theirs. So if his father was, however his father was, it could have been where he was taking something, or he was like vulnerable. You know, when things happen at home, you're vulnerable, and people will grab onto that and latch onto you and use you because out of your weakness. Okay, he was tender and sissified. Okay, let's see something. Yeah, this is not her. She a female. This will be the child. She took him. She looked at him as tender and sissified, or he was like that, or anything like that. Because this is about the child and her. Or yeah, she treated him like that because she was in control, so she handled him that way because she was acting like she was in control. Usually a man is in control. But she was treating him tender and sissified, even though he was a male. She was, she was dominating. Get what I'm saying? So we have right here, they're filling a lecture. School system, meeting, being online, playing games or whatever, talking some kind of way with him and whoever else. Yeah, whoever she was, or she told him to come over to do homework or whatever this lady was saying. Those have been about talking, but, we have right here that he was fickle, but she wanted a second chance because he was confused with this stuff. But she wanted a second chance because she wanted him to get in his feelings, get in your feelings with me with this situation. The window dressing simply mean maybe she offering to buy him something, pick something you want, pick a game you want, I'll get you a game, or whatever she doing, window dressing, or she just actually just observing him, his beauty, his handsomeness, or whatever it is, whatever she looking at. See, because it said right here, she feel he's gorgeous. Look at this. She feel he's gorgeous, and he accepted any money given because she gave up some money. And right here, look at this side. This one here is, look at what this card say. He was deceived by somebody of service. Somebody of service would be your teacher. Your teacher is somebody of service. You go to them for help. They don't supposed to abuse you and mistreat you and deceive you. But she did. So this would be his card. I can't do it. Here he is. I can't do it. He's saying no. Whoever he is, he got brown eyes. Or she did. One of them. Okay. So, like I said, if the person not a black person, they a person of color, or if they a white person in general, she just was name calling to the person, to the child, and it was so exaggerated. She needed to filter it because she was gift seeking, trying to get what she wanted out of this child. Or after a while, the child was gift seeking. Maybe it was talking about he wanted a game or whatever it might have been. Okay, I don't know. somebody sitting there and they know your problems and they use it against you. Okay? Think they for you, but really they not for you. She checked the time and she mentioned it to him. But she needed to be checked. Miss, you need to be checked. Like the card right here. You need to do some soul searching. Because she need to see what held her up in her life. Pinpoint the action that held her up in her life. Something held her up in her life. Not getting married or whatever it is. Something held her up, whatever it is. But you can't be grabbing onto somebody's child because you failed as a wife or whatever's going on there. You can't be grabbing people's kids and turning them into a man. You better go get a real man. Okay, so we have right here that sensitive issue. But she need to tell him the truth. And right here, instead of telling the child the truth, I feel she need to be telling some kind of detective or the policeman tell them the truth. Okay, it says right here, flames were sparked and she captured the flames. Because I'm going to look at this as a policeman, detective, and hear the flames coming. Because her and the child, I feel, wasn't fussing or fighting. Or I feel the flames and stuff comes from the cops. Okay, when love calls, will she answer? Call blank, blank, blank. So some kind of way she had him call her. Because she needed to make sure that a man, because a man wear pants, you gotta make sure your husband worthy. So this child wasn't a man, he was a child. She needed to make sure that just because he wear pants, that don't mean he a man. He wasn't a man just because he a male and he wear pants. Okay? If he knew her, should he tell on her? Yes, he should tell on her. Because he had on certain kind of clothes, some kind of way, maybe they got her attention, that he looked good in, or whatever. Or she put on certain kind of clothes, some kind of way herself, to flirt with him, whatever happened. Because she had dormant behavior, she was holding on to it for a keepsake. And here it is right here. This is a card right here where you helpless. I just want to go home again. So either she in jail and she just want out. I want to go home again. She want out. She want to go home. This a helpless card. But this also could be for him once he was in her house. I want to go home again once he saw what was happening to him and he wanted out of there. I want to go home again. Okay? If he needed help, he had to reach out. If he had a cell phone. Or just to tell his parents what was going on at school. Maybe this lady promising all these games or whatever. So he was going along with her flirting or whatever was going on at first. And then this might have been the first time this part ever happened. Dragging him to her house and making a move on this child like that. It might have been just flirting all the time or touching or patting or whatever she might have been doing at first. But if she giving games and all, you know that felt good to him getting games because he think it's friendly and all and don't think no harm to it. But then God says right here he had to reach out for help. But she needed to reach out for help if she had some kind of problem. Was she going to reach out for help for somebody to help get her out of jail some kind of way? Because she had dormant behavior. She was holding on for keepsake. Okay. Seemingly, the little child was the best. But you might hear somebody at her school feel she wanted the best teachers, but this makes her not a great teacher and the best teacher. By what she did to this little boy. Okay? It knocks her down a peg. More than a peg. Maybe a peg or two. Okay, where? Let me see, make sure I'm saying it right because these are like green. When was you going to tell me? I wouldn't have known this about you. Could be somebody at the school system. When was you going to tell me? Because if she was somebody at the school that they looked at as one of the best teachers and a good teacher, maybe somebody at the school system saying to her, when was you going to tell me? I wouldn't have known this about you. We looked at you as a great teacher. When was you going to tell me that you was a child molester? Something like that. Or this could go with her and the child. When was you going to tell me that you had a crush on me? Or whatever this is. If it don't go with her and the staff at school, let's flow. Do the actions of the little boy, the 12-year-old, warrant what she did to this little boy? So by him maybe taking money from her or whatever it was, taking money from her, do it warrant her doing what she did to him? So she might feel she was owed because he might have kept taking money from her. The more she is offering games or whatever she is offering, she might have felt like he owed her. Just like people on the street, pimps and all them kind of people, they feel like they giving you, they feel like they want what they supposed to get back. Do it warrant what she did to him? And what the papers is, I mean not the papers, what the internet saying is that she raped this child. And it's going to be a lawsuit, and the family need to take out a lawsuit, period. With the school, with her, both just take it out, throw it out overboard. Because they should be able to make sure they hire the right people. Not that just that people have credentials. That's just not enough. Check them periodically and see what kind of people you have working for you. Because this child shouldn't have had to went through that. He might was going through something home already. And they the kind that get treated all kind of ways. People can kind of use and be underhanded and slick and use. Oh, nobody will know about it. I can do this to him over here. Nobody will know about it. His family don't care about him anyway. They think all kinds of things. So it was racial abuse and it was hyped up. So maybe from the teacher. If not from the teacher, from people at school. So it could be a black person that's in a school with with mostly white people there. Or it could be somebody that is of color some kind of way, but still at a school where it's mostly white people, where it's racist there. Anything like that. Because she not going through no racial abuse. Unless she got put in a jail with a bunch of black people, and I doubt it. I don't think that's where she at. So I feel it's the child. You know what's going on at home. They barely have any money or whatever, and you just take advantage. You stole the virginity of this child. You raped the child, push yourself on the child scared over here. I never felt like this before. Here you are, stop being scared of your feelings, pushing yourself on this child. Because really, he a child when it's all over with. I don't care if he's big as she is, he's still a child. My grandson just need one more inch, and one of my grandsons is going to be my height. He smile every time like, Grandma, boy, I'm taller than you. No, one more inch, and he'll be like eye to eye with me. So imagine, we talking about 12 years old. This child could have been her height. But don't let the height fool you. It's still a child. Get what I'm saying? And she just took cool advantage. He could have been black. Because this is a racial card for black people. But if you're not black, some kind of way of color. Follow me? But like I said, if it's nothing like that with the race, in which it should be, because these cards come out for racial things only, is a white person that she just calling names to. Or people in the school calling names to. Anything like that. But this is it. I don't have to do another one for this one because it ended it with the lawsuit. And that's what the school need to have it, and she need to get it too. Just sock it to them. Make sure from now on you hire the right people. This lady been in there, no telling how many children she done touched and did things to. This might not be her first rodeo. When I saw this last night, when I saw it this morning, last night, it kind of touched me a lot. It touched me a lot. I said, Dave, if I could just, if I could, look, I would do a 1 day in jail if I could just beat her up. I got to thinking like that. I said, I'd do 1 day in jail to beat that lady up. Just off of just the 1 day in jail. Just off I don't like her doing what she did to that little boy. Because really, you got to realize you can't take that back. Get what I'm saying? You can't take that back when you do things to kids or anybody. You can't take it back. Get what I'm saying? You don't know how you ruin their life. You can't just say, oh, what is that, and this? Oh, well, my husband went home. No. 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 You ever hear people say, well, if they gonna go to jail, they gonna go to jail for something. Well, let me just beat you up, man. I just do this day or two in jail, but you gonna get your butt beat. You ever hear people say things like that? They feel like, no, you going to jail and all, and the law gonna have you, but I'm gonna have you right now as long as you free. Yeah, because that's terrible. But she going to jail, and she should be in jail a little while. So somebody gonna approach her in jail if she actually get the time she deserves. Because they not gonna like what she did. Because they might think about their own child and say, why would you do that and ruin that child's life? Because believe me, his life is gonna be changed up from this. Bouncing back to a child. No, you just can't just do the bouncing back. Like people feel, oh, they got bounced back. No, ain't no bouncing back just like that. When you get introduced to all this grown up stuff, you there. Get what I'm saying? Ain't no bouncing back. Because you can't undo somebody's romance, but you can't go backwards. It could make him do stuff to other kids off of what this woman did. This is a serious matter. People got to take this as serious. This is nothing to play with. This is not a game. Molestation is no game. I don't care who it's coming from. So we got people in the school system, teachers, principals, who is enough with your family members and friends of the family, the neighbors, the bus driver, the teachers, all kind of people, the camp counselor, the Boy Scout leader. Now they used to be one of the biggest set of people right there, the Boy Scout leader. Got your children taken to camp somewhere and you don't even know what's happening with your kids. But it's not the parents' fault. They didn't know anything about this lady was like she was. This is not the parents' fault. They didn't know about this woman was like she was. I put it with the school system. They so thorough. Oh, you got this. Oh, you can do this. And they looking at paperwork. You don't know what kind of person behind that paperwork. That's all you know. She's smiling in your face. She's smiling in your face. But look, I'm going to use this. She was a backstabber. And she is a backstabber like this. As far as like making you think that she was there for the kids. But she really not there for the kids. But look what she did. She showed you she like any crook out on the street. Get what I'm saying? She like any crook out on the street. She's a culprit like anybody out on the street. She in disguise of a teacher. She posing as a teacher. But really, look what's in back of her. She got the teacher covering on her, but look what's in the back of her. She's a rapist. She a child molester. Get what I'm saying? You move that teacher roll off and you see what you got. Yeah, family, sue the pants off, sue the underwear, sue the socks off, whatever it is, sue everything you can sue off of her and the school system who hired her. And maybe they do things a little bit different when it comes down to hiring people. Because they expect parents to be perfect. They want to come after parents when something happens with parents, something go wrong with parents. They're going to be held accountable with their people they hire. How about that? This the Brass Love 1.